Hello and welcome to our live homestead chat. Well, thank you for joining us. And it's a pretty cold night. It's a very pretty night outside,
Yeah,
but it's pretty cold.
It is like gorgeous. The moon is like half and you can see all the stars. It is just really, really gorgeous outside. So we have a few things to talk about. I think Scott's going to talk about the weather, and then I have some surprise questions I'm going to ask him, see what his answers are, and I'll answer them too.
I'm first trying to get mine to work here.
Is yours not working? Well, mine is.
Okay, yeah. Yours is working?
Yeah.
Okay, yours always works.
Yeah, so it's okay.
Okay, it's working now. So, yeah, we do have, I think pretty well everybody in the country knows most of them were hit by this ice storm. We were not. We barely missed it. But yeah. They're forecasting one kind of up. It's kind of a strange situation. It's a cyclone thing. It's kind of a tropical deal.
Really?
Coming up the coast. I hadn't looked at it very much, but I noticed at the map before they even predicted it, it was going to be this cyclone,
really?
Winter cyclone thing coming up the.
That's odd.
It's
That's really odd, like almost a hurricane, but it's a winter thing.
Yeah, let me pull the little thing up here.
So when that bad weather come through, we didn't really get any ice. We did have, it was like flooding here. Like it was.
Yeah, we did get some flooding.
Yeah, it flooded our chicken pen, and we had to do some emergency measures on the chicken pen. But we had to actually shut the silkies up in the roosting area because their whole bottom of their pen was just flooded. I mean, it was standing water in there. So we had to go to town and get some stuff to fix them, and they had to stay in their roosting area for like half the day, and bless their hearts. But anyway, we got it all cleaned up, and they got a clean coop now anyway, and clean bedding, and it's all nice and dry in there. And I don't think we're supposed to get any of this other weather that you're talking about that's coming.
I don't think it's for us. I'm having a little trouble talking and doing something.
Okay, so my sister said that she's in North Carolina. She's right around outside of Asheville, about 30 minutes from Asheville. She's in Hendersonville. And she said that they were supposed to get 4 to 5 inches of snow from this, whatever you're calling a cyclone thing. So she was kind of excited, but also worried, but at least it's not ice. I think, it's better when it's snow.
I know all of you up north are, y'all are going, because we had a little flooding in the chicken coop, but like we said this weekend, it is absolutely nothing compared to what y'all have been going through up there.
Yeah.
Also, I know I've got some friends in Monroe. He is, gosh, I think upper 60s. He said it's the worst ice storm he's ever been through.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Monroe, Mississippi?
Monroe, Alabama. No, Monroe, Louisiana.
Louisiana. Okay.
So, it hit Louisiana pretty bad.
I know where that is. Yeah. I was stuck there. I went.
Oh, that's right. When you flew back, y'all got stuck in Monroe, didn't you?
We went to vacation at Universal Studios, and we came back and something was wrong with our
She gets
plane.
a vacation, I don't.
Yeah, and we were stuck there for like 5 or 6 hours, and it was awful. We couldn't leave or anything. It was just a small airport. It's
about the size of the city we live close to.
Yeah, but it was not fun.
You don't want to be stuck there now. Surely it's, but I don't know if you saw the pictures of the interstate. It was blocked. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, and I hope that,
sorry to interrupt you, but you remember our kids, one of them made fun of us for having it. We put these backpacks in the car of emergency supplies, like emergency food and stuff, and they were like,
nah. A go-pack is what you call it.
Yeah, now our daughter went along with it, but, son, daughter-in-law thought we were crazy.
Yeah.
They still do. But, if you got stuck in that snow, that would come in handy.
Yeah, it would in that ice. If you were stuck on the road somewhere, that bag would come in handy. So it's a good idea to have something in your car when you're traveling, not just, your basic clothes, but like some survival gear if you're traveling.
Yeah, I know for some people it seems extreme, but if you did get trapped somewhere, it would be a real you'd be thankful you had it, you know, just an old backpack or something.
Yeah, Joe said, I always say would rather be prepared and nothing.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, the other way around. I'm sorry, I can't read.
Joe, I totally agree with you, because anytime something happens around here, we, you know, like I told you in the other videos, we prepare, we make sure, you know, I try to stay prepared all the time, but, you know, we go through and check and make sure we're prepared and, you know, hope nothing happens, because once that stuff starts, you're not going to be able to prepare.
That's right.
At some point, it's too late.
Yeah, our fire's actually doing good tonight. You did a good job on it.
Yeah,
tonight.
I did. I put more wood on it, too.
Okay, well, last time we couldn't get it going until like an hour after we were supposed to get started, but this one looks pretty good. Like you did a really good job on it.
Thank you.
You got
complimented me.
Yeah,
That's
the
good.
wood's all stacked and stuff. Yeah.
You hardly ever do that.
Yeah. So you
but anyway, I was looking up that cyclone.
Yeah,
Has anybody ever had one of those days where just everything goes wrong and you just want to run away from everybody?
Yeah.
Today was one of those days for me. But I know I didn't look at my internet coverage isn't good right here.
Is that why
it's not switching to the outside stuff? Let's see.
Well, I have good coverage. I'm good. So you can't look up the cyclone?
Here, I can switch it now. Let's see. But it looked like it was almost some tropical weather, a tropical type. I'm not a meteorologist or nothing, but
yeah, real strange, huh?
Yeah, okay. I wish I could show it, but if y'all ever look on a map,
that is so weird.
It's like the system that we had is going offshore and kind of doing this cyclone thing.
A spin.
And it's going to be kind of edging, which this model, the European model, shows it more off the coast. I don't know if
that's so odd.
I don't know if your sister, well, she might get it right there.
She says that they're supposed to get 4 to 5 inches.
They're in North Carolina. It looks like they may get it before it goes, but it's kind of a unique storm.
So here, though, we are going to be really, really cold this weekend. Like Saturday, it's going to be 29 during the day and like 15 to 17 at night. And like I've said before, I think it's always colder here than what it says on the forecast. So to us, it'll probably be, I don't know, 25 during the day.
Yeah, I guess I won't be wearing shorts then.
No, you can't wear shorts then.
I don't like not being able to wear shorts.
You know, so that being said, I will have to be in the chicken pen 3 or 4 times that day, unfreezing their water, you know, making sure that they're not thirsty. And I did have to do that. I think it was Monday that it was so cold I had to go in there.
So
I think I went in there 3 times.
It's not going to rain though, is it?
No rain or nothing for us till next week. I think like Monday or Tuesday.
So like Joe said early in the chat that one of the projects he wanted to finish was getting a couple more raised beds. And if I can stay out in the cold there, I might go ahead and put one together.
You think you can stay outside in that cold?
Well, I know I could, but
well, I can.
We do have 2 pre-built raised beds. We want to go ahead and get those out there.
You think you could at least get those done? I think you're going to freeze to death if you try that.
It's not that cold.
So I have some questions for you.
You're going to ask them live here?
Yeah, I'm going to ask live.
I didn't do anything.
No, you didn't. So, and it's just discussion questions, not nothing bad. So, in your opinion, what is the cheapest animal?
I know nothing about these questions.
No, he doesn't. What is the cheapest animal that you can have on a farm or a homestead? What's your opinion? I know my opinion.
Is it a farm animal or any animal?
In a farm, period. Animal, whatever. What do you think?
You know, that depends. I would say a cat, but like we've got a cat that's pretty expensive.
So you think, okay, so you say a cat. If it's on a farm and it feeds itself because it eats the mice and stuff and stays in the barn.
What is it one that lives outside or inside?
Yeah, just on a farm, just any animal. Which one do you think?
Is it the dogs and cats?
Yeah, any animal that can live on a farm. Which one do you think is the least expensive?
Well, I think you need to be more specific.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you my opinion.
cheapest animal depends on what you're growing. I agree with that.
Well,
You got to be more specific about
okay.
your question.
Well, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. Just
It
whatever.
does matter.
What would be the most profitable thing?
I mean, like a goldfish could be cheap.
Well, but it's not normally a farm animal.
If you're on a farm having a goldfish, I mean, it's like.
Okay. Well, you want to know what my opinion is? I think the least cheapest animal.
Well, now, is this a fact or an opinion?
An opinion.
Oh.
I said your opinion. I didn't say fact. My opinion is if you have a pond on your farm, that fish are the cheapest thing that you can have on a farm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how much those fish cost.
I don't think they were too terribly expensive.
Maybe $100 or so.
Yeah, and
they've
if
got
you-
a few years.
Yeah, and if you stock your pond, you can have something to eat. And they're very low maintenance. You don't really have, I mean, you don't even have to feed them.
Now we've
food.
been feeding these catfish.
We
These
have.
are very expensive catfish. If you look at how much we fed them, I mean, those
Yeah,
things are
but technically,
huge.
technically, you don't have to feed them.
Well, in
'Cause they
this
can
little
feed
pond, you
themselves.
really need to feed them.
I don't think so. I don't think they need to be fed.
I think so.
Okay, so
Joe says you can have sheep or goats and just let them eat grass.
Okay, yeah.
And
I
you're
agree
right.
with that.
Yeah. So if we had that, we've got some kudzu in the back of the property, and I don't know if y'all have kudzu up north, but we've got it bad here.
Will the goats eat kudzu?
I think so.
Well, maybe we need to get a goat.
Yeah, but it's way back there.
Yeah, it is. Well, actually, there's some right over here on the hill that needs to be.
Yeah, he said a pond is another project. I love our pond. We don't fish in it as like much, but I
Yeah.
like having the pond.
I like having the pond too, and that's if
This
you,
pond is. I'm sorry, I interrupted you again. but
if you have a pond already, I mean, you have to invest in a pond if you don't already have it on your land. But like we were lucky and already had the pond, so it was kind of cheap for us to get
your
fish
mic is upside
to
down
go
again.
on there
I don't
again.
know if that matters, but
Yeah.
yeah, this pond was built in the 50s, I think.
Yeah.
And it was her grandfather. Actually, the story behind it, I don't know if you remember, your grandfather, well, I know you don't remember, but he told me that he built the pond, and then there was some grant or something that they came through building ponds, and he didn't dig it out like you dig a valley out,
Oh, okay.
like, under the dam, and then put the fresh dirt on it. And he didn't do that right.
Yeah.
So the state or federal
grant
government
or
or
whatever.
whatever, came in and they actually did the pond
It'd be
dam
nice
right.
if they did that nowadays.
Yeah, because we want to actually enlarge the pond, go by, well, it's pitch dark, I know you can't see where I'm pointing, but we want to go back behind the dam, and it'd be a little deeper, and then also it'd be a driveway for the cabin.
Yeah.
But I'd like to,
Our imaginary cabin.
our cabin's gonna be there.
Yeah.
And
So
if I have many more days like today, I'm gonna be there too. Even if I have to go broke, I'm gonna be there.
so Joe says, I just want to put one for the grandkids, to be honest. I have a backhoe attachment for the Kubota. And
Oh,
Dad
do
has,
you?
Oh, that's cool.
we want to get one of those too.
Yeah, yeah. So, another question, all question. What, in your opinion, is something that we maybe bought or got here on the homestead or farm that we probably didn't really need? Do you think? I know what my answer is. You're not good with answers.
Well, I'm thinking, I wish you'd have asked me these before.
And you told me not to. You told me to just ask you. So
I wonder the new tractor,
You think the new tractor is something that we
because
don't?
we've got the old tractor. I mean, of course, now I use the new one, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking, because the old one's been running good, but the new.
Okay, so mine is my chickens. I mean, I know I don't need 30 chickens. I don't regret getting them. I just think I don't have to have them. I don't have to have
All right,
30
wait.
chickens.
What was the question again?
What is something you think that we got on the farm or bought that we don't really need? And
Okay, y'all might witness something here. So you're telling me that we built this chicken coop.
And I don't really need them, but I like them.
Okay, well, you put me on the spot, but I think you need to go to the next question.
Okay, well, what do you think?
For y'all that don't know, we built this fancy chicken coop, and you know, we put way more money in it than we probably should have. But so does that mean we can move the chicken? Just keep just a few chickens and get rid of the rest?
No, not really. I just said, what's the one thing you think we don't need? And that is one thing we don't really need. So if you had it...
You know, I don't think I would have said that.
You don't think so?
Not if I were you.
Okay.
I just don't think so. I really don't think I would have said that. I would have come up with another question.
So here's the question. What's the most useful tool that we have?
No, let me go back there.
Oh, you thinking of something?
No, I know what. If you want the honest truth,
Yeah.
we should not have bought this house. We got a mobile home here. I wish we would have lived in the shop and just built a barn dominium. And that's my biggest regret.
Okay.
And that's my honest biggest regret is
Okay.
that. But it's nothing we can't go back
No,
now.
you can't go back.
But that's what I would have done.
So what do you think? Okay, so I said, and you interrupted my question.
I'm sorry. You know, I'm at that point. I got to say things when they come. I'm not trying to be rude. I just have to say them when
they come in your head.
That's what older people kind of do because,
you
know, they're not. I'm realizing now those old people are not really being rude. They just have to say it when they're thinking of it, or it's gone.
Well, okay. What do you think is the something that we have that we really used the most or needed the most on the farm?
The thing we used the most probably was the middle the big yellow tractor. Yeah,
the big yellow tractor.
Now the other tractor we're using now, but just going by time of how long we've had it.
Hot. You done stirred up the fire.
We I mean, like where we're sitting now was all wooded area, and we didn't have a bulldozer. It was just a front end loader, and we
I mean, some of it we did by hand before we got that.
Right, we did by hand, and I mean, gosh, we cleared where the house is. We cleared back here to the pond. We cleared where the chicken coop was. We cleared the chicken coop with the old tractor.
Yeah,
right?
We did.
And
sure did,
I think the old tractor, we've got more use out of it. You know, we just got the new tractor because we were having a little bit of problems with it. The other issue is the new tractor's 4-wheel drive. The old tractor was not, and we've got to do some work in places we just can't get that big tractor because if we got it stuck, we'd be really in a pickle. But I'd say we got the most use out of that.
Yeah.
And it was given to us, you know.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, it was given to us.
Like
we didn't have to pay for that. So if someone was wanting to start a homestead, what would you say that their biggest investment would need to be besides the land?
I think it would depend on what you were doing. If you were starting a small homestead, you know, I think I would probably get a small tractor.
Yeah.
You know, if you were getting a lot of land, and I think it also depends on if you're older, because the older you get, the less hard labor you can do out at the outside. Joe said tractor, but I think if I were starting a homestead, I think the first kind of big investment I would do would be get a tractor, because with the tractor you can do so much more.
Yeah.
You know, multiplies your efforts.
Joe said he took the easy way out. When he bought the land, it was all wooded, and he had 50 acres logs, so he didn't have to mess with it. But the cleanup was a huge pain. And he says a tractor, too, for the homestead.
Yeah, tractor would be the biggest thing, because, I mean, Gosh, we couldn't have done what we did.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
No.
we did,
A good
the
bit.
first part we did by hand was only like 30 by something,
Plot. Yeah.
little lot.
Yeah.
Now, if I were 18, yeah, I could have done a lot more, but you're just,
You're
the older you get, you don't,
Yeah.
or for me, I'm not. And the other thing down here, the heat, it's hard to do in the heat, but so I think that would be.
And I hadn't looked this up, but I wonder what the thing is that people do. I mean, when they get a homestead, that their biggest regret is. I'd like to know, in the chat. But like, what do you think that people buy or invest in for a farm and a homestead that they don't really or shouldn't have done?
Well, unless they get into homesteading and don't really know what it is, and I think. It's something definitely you got to make sure that you're in, because it's a lot of work, and it's work all the time.
Yeah, it is.
It's fun work. We like it, but like, I don't know if some people would, might, if you lived in the city all the time, I mean, some people could, but like, some people are so used to that, I don't know that they could do it.
Yeah.
And they may just regret the whole thing.
I think so too.
But hopefully most people would like it.
Now you hear a lot of, people moving from like California over, to North Carolina or
Mississippi
or
even.
whatever. And, I have to wonder, do they regret it? Or they glad? Or, how they like it.
Joe said the biggest regret he hears is people messing with pigs. And I can see that because the pigs look cute when you get them, and then they are very messy animals.
It's kind of like the ducks. Like, we bought 4 ducks and
they look so cute, and then they're not as messy as the pigs.
No,
I mean, the
but
pigs
we had no idea that ducks were as messy as they were. Like, I should have done research before I bought ducks. And they're okay.
It's neat seeing the ducks go around. They don't cause any problems.
They free range, the ducks do. They think they're chickens. And they like wandering around, but they are
and they
messy.
I noticed in the wintertime, they kind of tear the yard up. But look, we don't have a,
immaculate
Arnold
yard.
Palmer green yard. So it doesn't really matter. The house we lived in before, we like to keep the grass perfect, but look, it's...
It doesn't matter out here.
Out here in the country, that's not your biggest priority.
Yeah. Okay, so from a couple of people that Joe knows, the biggest was pigs, and they said it would be cheaper to just go buy the meat instead of buying the food to raise them.
And that's kind of what we were thinking about doing the cows, is going and buying a cow, but not buying a cow and raising it here, but like go in somebody's house and buying with somebody that's already raised the cow, and pay for basically the meat to be processed, and buy the cow that way. And just as far as all we see is we go pick up the meat instead of having to do the cows. Because I would like cows sometime, but I've got a lot to learn about them though. And here, we don't really have a good place to put them. Although we have this land, it's just not really... It would
be a lot, I think we probably could eventually take the tractor and clear it if you had the time to have a pasture to do cows.
I mean, that's a lot of clearing.
You'd
have to need more than we got.
Yeah.
You'd have to have bulldozers and stuff.
Yeah,
and it'd be
or something, or rent some stuff or something. We would have to pay somebody to come.
I mean, you got to get a
come clear it
and
to
all
make
that.
a pasture.
I don't see our land ever being a pasture anymore.
Like it was when I was little. Yeah.
I mean, I wish we would have kept it that way, but
I know, right?
It was, I wish it was a pasture, but I don't think it'll ever be a pasture. I think it'd be too much. It'd be better just to try to find some land.
Yeah.
And raise some stuff on it.
Yeah. And I guess, Papa did have it cleared to get those cows when I was like 12.
You mean it was woods down there?
It was woods down there because, he had them when he got those when I was about 11
I didn't know he had it cleared.
He did have it cleared. He had the trees cut and it was cleared and had that all done. just down there, not, all the way back, but it was a good, a few acres down there in the bottom where he had those cleared. And I think, you would have to pay somebody to come clear it and burn it or whatever.
And then you got the expense of the fence. And then
Yes.
and in our area, the fence would be around a wooded area. And, it would be a maintenance nightmare keeping that up.
I don't know how my grandpa did it. He had the whole.
Well, towards the end, I know I went out there and helped him with it.
Yeah,
But
we have 46 acres right here. And I don't know how he did it, but he put a fence around the whole 46 acres by himself. Now, he didn't have help doing that, except a little from me, maybe, when I was little, and you helped him some.
post hole digger or tractor?
A post hole digger. And he had one of those, what's it called? The stretcher thing for the fence?
Yeah, come along.
Come along, yeah. He had that, and he would just go do a piece at a time, and
Well,
fix
I
it
think, I'm telling you, those people were built better than we, I think we're lazy compared to the way
Yeah.
they were, because he grew up on the farm and got stuff done, but he had a full-time job. Did he have cows when he had a full-time job?
I don't think so, because he didn't get the few cows and the bull that he had until I was like 11. So I know that he spent a few years fencing in the land, and I don't think he did. They may have had a milk cow or something, and I think they did, but not like a bunch of cows.
Did they, while you were
No,
here?
not when I was little. But and I know they had pigs because my uncle told me they had pigs. But Joe says he got a half beef and a pig every year and processes it.
Cool.
And as far as animals go, I'm happy with his birds. With your chickens, Joe.
Yeah.
And I might get into meat rabbits, but my wife is giving me grief about that. Yeah.
What was the last part?
The rabbits, the meat rabbits.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that. I've heard. We want to get into meat chickens, and I think we're really going to do that sometime soon.
I think your fire needs.
What?
My
You were
leg
just
is
bragging
burning.
about my fire. What's wrong?
It's nothing wrong. It's just hot. It's burning my legs.
She's picky.
Everybody's picky about something.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. Yeah, I said, I don't remember what my other questions were.
Were you doing all those by memory?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. I'd have to write them down.
Let me see what I did. I did like take a picture of what I wanted to ask. So Joe, how about your ice? Is it all gone? How are you there, where you are? I'd like to hear or know. Okay, here's a question. What is the most useful tool that's not mechanical that you think you need on a farm?
That's not mechanical?
Yeah, like...
I don't know. You got to have a lot of tools.
Well, I don't know. I guess it's according to what you're doing on your farm.
It depends on what day it is. I don't know that I can answer that one, though.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you have a garden, I guess the most useful, yeah, would be a hoe or a shovel or whatever. And if you have animals, I don't know. I think not the tool, but the most useful thing that you can have if you have animals, farm animals like cows and pigs and that kind of stuff, is to have a good water source. Like, for the I guess that's not really a tool, but that's something that you really
because
really need.
we're on the county water source for our chickens and stuff, and we really want to get off of that.
Yeah, and we're putting the raised beds down here by the pond.
Yeah,
so
we'll
we
get
can
water
pump
from
the
there,
water.
but we have a spring over there that at one time they actually supplied water for their house up here. It had a pressure tank hooked, like pumping out of it and everything. We'd like to get that going too, so we have fresh. I'd love to have some spring water anyway.
Okay.
You scroll
So-
through the.
Yeah, I was scrolling through the questions and I wanted to see.
Okay.
Joe says he still has ice and snow everywhere. He worked on the driveway and rode for about 6 hours yesterday with the tractor and grader blade.
Wow.
The hand tools to make the mechanical tools running is the most useful.
You know, you're right. A socket set.
Yeah.
I think if I had a socket set, you'd have to have. I use that more than anything.
So Joe has he uses his chickens for meat. Also, he has white rocks.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, that's what I want to do too. If we do decide to get the meat birds, is get a kind of bird that can produce eggs and would make a good meat bird. You
Yeah.
know, not these, you know, mechanical chickens that they grow in 4 months and they're this, you know, huge
On
chicken.
steroids and stuff.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
steroids and stuff. You know, that's just kind of bad to me that they do that for chickens.
They do, and they only can walk around a little bitty space, you know.
Yeah,
It's,
I know. And even for the eggs, you know, I love my chickens, and that is one reason I have them is because, you know, I know I take good care of my chickens and feed them right, and they're not in a little bitty space. So
You even
I feel
got
good
one
about
that's
that.
going to therapy, don't you?
Yeah, I have the rooster got out today. We have one part on the new chicken pen where the roosting areas are, and there's not a
It's
like
kind
a
of the
eave.
overhang
It's
on
kind
the
of
front.
open like this. It's under the overhang, and I actually have some I don't know, it's like plastic stuff.
It goes under metal roofing to keep the
to keep it
moisture.
to keep the
It's a
from
moisture
going up.
barrier, but
And I
it goes
think
on the
that
metal
he
roofing.
found a hole in it, and he somehow flew over that little bitty area. I mean, it's about this big. I don't know how he did it. Like, they've never done that. And so that makes me think, you know, we need to get that fixed and put a board up there so they can't do that. But he was just outside wandering around, and bless his heart,
He's looking at his old hen.
he is
And
looking at his
we're
old
gonna have
hen.
to do something there.
I know, it's terrible. So he was just outside wandering around looking at the hen, and I walked up to him. I said, Flatfoot, what you doing? He said,
Did he
looked
try
at,
to run?
No, not really. I mean, he did a little bit, and I caught him. I put him back in there, and he was fine. Yeah, he's real mild-mannered. He don't care what you
And
do
the thing
to him.
about he's such a sweet rooster.
He
you
is
hate
a
to,
sweet rooster. Scott
know.
says that we need to switch out the roosters. So, and I am seriously thinking about doing that. So I may put Clyde and put him in the bachelor pad, and then I'll get Flatfoot and put him over there with the hen so he can hang out with them for a little bit. We'll see how that goes.
I really
Clyde-
think, you know, but now that you said it was a waste of money, I don't know that we're going to do it.
No, I didn't say it was a waste of money. I said that
Look at that.
I don't
texted
need
my
it.
mother 30 minutes ago, tell her we were live, and she's like, okay. Anyway, I think we need to come out another section, or maybe on the other side,
Yeah.
build another section. And so, but that's it. After that, that's it.
I'm not getting no more sections.
I think we need to, I think we may need to add on to, we've got room on the other side to add on,
Well, we'll see. We'll think about it.
but
I told you we can add in the middle. There's a place that we
But
can
I don't
make
think that gives them any room to.
I think it does. If it's just a couple of chickens, it does.
No,
well-
they need the room to run around.
It will be room. You just don't listen.
But the purpose was to build it so it's.
I know. But anyway, yeah, I think we can add on too.
I think that's what we need to do, and then after that, that's it.
Okay, let me
You gotta
see.
Get rid of so.
Let me see about my questions. So I didn't ask my sister if they still have some ice. I think it's all gone though. I don't know. I should have asked her that. I don't know if
Is
they
she
have.
on here?
I don't know. She hadn't commented. Let me see what my other questions were. Do you think I'm looking.
What is these
What is the
questions?
most so like as far as the garden goes, what do you think is something that's we shouldn't grow or that would be a waste for us in particular to grow?
You know, the peppers really, but I like growing them, but we don't ever use them.
You know, that's true. We don't.
But I still, I'm gonna grow some because I mean we give them away.
Now, that's true. Now we grow the banana peppers and our daughter-in-law likes those.
Yeah, I grow those, for her. But like jalapeno peppers, I grow those.
We just don't use them
I
a
like
lot.
the way, But like if we make hush puppies or something, I want to put some in there. But I think the peppers probably. But everything else we use.
Yeah, I guess we
Have we
do.
ever grown anything we didn't use?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the peppers, obviously, yeah, I agree with that. I think the peppers. I don't guess there's really anything that we grow that we don't really use. I mean, I'm sure there's things that we could grow that we wouldn't use or that wasn't really something that lasts or whatever.
We got stuff that we tried to grow we didn't use because it didn't grow.
I guess so. Like onions. Onions never grow for us for whatever reason. And I use onions for everything. Like I season everything with onions a lot of times.
I think we need to put those in a raised bed. I think that'd be easier for us there.
Yeah. What do you think is the hardest thing to grow in the garden?
A watermelon.
Oh, that's right.
For us,
you and the watermelon.
That watermelon, I'm telling you, I believe that's the only thing I can't grow. And that's probably the easiest thing for some other people to grow.
Oh, Joe says they still hadn't got above freezing yet.
Wow.
He says...
That's what I tried to tell my daughter. She was like, why y'all got to get all upset about this? And she don't understand, like, out here where we live, you could go without power for a week, 2 weeks, or even more. You think about it, if it went down, all these trees fell.
Yeah.
I mean, and the ice stayed there, it would take a long time to get out here. And she doesn't, I kind of hope she'll deal with an ice storm so she'll appreciate being prepared one day, but she doesn't.
She don't understand that.
Yeah.
And Joe says celery is one thing that I guess we've never tried to grow celery.
I don't think we have.
I wouldn't know how to grow celery. Do you grow it from a seed or how do you grow celery?
I would like to grow asparagus, but you have to have it for 2-3 years before you can actually eat it.
Now it is something that would probably be worth the investment, because I think it comes back every year. Once you get it going, it just comes back every year. You'd have to have a designated spot for it to come back. But I don't really like asparagus, but you do.
I love asparagus.
Now I like broccoli. That's one thing that I really
Didn't
like.
I get some broccoli this year?
Yes, you did.
I'm gonna
get
try
some
to
broccoli.
plant it.
Yeah, that's something that I really, really like. Now the other thing is, I wish we had more fruit trees. I wish we would have invested in some more fruit trees because I think, talking about things that you use or food or animals or whatever, one thing food-wise that you could grow is like an apple tree, or some peach trees or something like that. I love apples and I love peaches,
I think you were talking about regrets. I think, or what would you do on a homestead? I think the very first year I was there, I would plant all the trees I could.
Yeah, that's probably what we should have done. And maybe we
planted some. We need to plant some more.
Yeah.
But I think that would be the very first thing I would do is clear off, plant some trees and some fruit trees.
Yeah.
Because.
And maybe we need to think about that as something that we need to do, extra this year is plant some more fruit trees. Because we should have when we got a peach tree, we should have got 6 or 7 of them, because one of them died, and now this one,
Two of them actually died.
Yeah, I think this one has died. It lived for, you know, a good little while, a few years, but it died.
Well, I kind of bumped it with the tractor. That didn't help it.
You like ran over the tree?
Well, I was on the big tractor and slid into it.
Oh, when the big yellow tractor that has you can't control it.
Yeah, it kind of got to moving.
Yeah.
I didn't think I killed it, but.
Joe says that asparagus is very easy to grow.
Really? I want to try asparagus because I do like it.
He said you buy root crowns and you can start harvesting the second year.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, that's interesting to know.
Yeah.
And then our strawberries. I hope our strawberries grow, and then we'll have to hide them from your mom so they don't.
Yeah, my mom.
So she don't.
Mom, if you're on here in the chat, say hello.
So she don't
does she know how
pluck
to
all
even
our
do the
strawberries
chat?
up.
I don't know if she knows how to do the chat.
I don't know if she does either.
But yeah, I love strawberries. And speaking of strawberries, we got some strawberries, and I've been on this big kick on fruit and stuff. I'm trying to look and see where they came from.
Did you read where those strawberries
They came from Mexico.
Okay, so I bought strawberries
Which
the
I
other
get
day.
they probably had to right now.
Yeah.
But,
well, I said I'd rather them come from there than China.
Yeah.
So, you know, I bought some fish the other day, and I didn't know where it came from either.
Did you look it up?
I looked at the package.
Philippines?
No, China.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That fish we ate?
Yes, it came from China.
Really? That's tilapia.
It came from China. It was, I guess, flash froze or whatever. And
No wonder it doesn't really taste like fish.
Yeah, maybe so. But it did. I'm sorry.
And
I fed you tilapia that came from
you know,
China.
and what's sad is, in Mississippi there's
Catfish farms.
And there's a place, I think it's called Superior Catfish, that they raise catfish and they take pride in their taste and stuff. And we were in a restaurant around Washington, D.C. It was a fancy restaurant.
Yeah, how many years
And they
ago?
said, I mean, it was 15 years ago or more. And on the menu, it said, you know, raised in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And they came from here. But in Mississippi, our fish comes from China.
Yeah.
You know, it's really,
That's
it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And,
I
you
mean,
know, I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but I think the shipping companies are making money on that.
Yeah.
And
so,
I think
back to the asparagus, Joe said he bought 20 crowns 4 years ago, and they spread so much, he wishes he could only have gotten 10. So that's good to know.
well, I'm gonna try that. Is that in a raised bed, Joe?
Your asparagus.
Yeah, your asparagus, because I really want to have some of that.
And I may try it. You said you like it like
Well,
grilled?
you know, there's a restaurant we go to, and they put it on the grill somehow.
Okay.
And I love it. I don't
Yeah.
see why, if you like broccoli, why don't you like asparagus?
The
Have you ever
other-
had asparagus?
Yes, I've had asparagus. I don't really like asparagus.
I like it.
But maybe
it's
I
good
need
for
to,
you.
Maybe I didn't have it cooked the right way or something. So I need it cooked a different way.
Where did you have it?
You know, I thought of something else. You know, we did try to grow sweet potatoes one time. And they
Yeah, we didn't really know how to do that.
Yeah, we didn't know how to do those. They didn't turn out real great. Yeah, he doesn't really like sweet potatoes, but I love sweet potatoes. My son likes sweet potatoes, and I'm pretty sure my daughter-in-law does.
But I think the sweet potatoes,
I don't know.
they're at a different time than the regular potatoes, right?
I think so. They're later on, like it takes them longer to grow or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I mean, we looked it up when we were trying to grow them, but they just didn't turn out. They didn't grow right or something. So
Now, the problem was probably me on that one.
just like the watermelon.
Now, the regular potatoes those turned out really good.
Yeah, they did turn out really good. We had potatoes all summer long.
I did get a new attachment on the tractor this year to kind of
plant
help with
potatoes?
that, because the last one, you know, we plant like 2 100-foot rows, and I actually dug it with a shovel. And I thought, I'm not doing that this year. So
Yeah.
I got one of those plow things to go behind the tractor. And then I also have a hiller to go on the tractor that can put the dirt back.
Okay.
you know,
I think
we've had that last year.
Yeah, we had that last year, and that helped a whole lot.
Yeah.
Joe says he does have his asparagus in a raised bed.
Okay.
So maybe that's
what I
need to
think
do.
I'm gonna do.
Yeah. But
that's why I want as many raised beds as we can get.
I can't believe you're going to be out here at 20-something degrees.
You'll be out here too, won't you?
No, I won't.
Why?
I'll be seeing about my chickens.
The highest like around 30, right?
And it's not, yeah, but
that's not bad. Just don't smash your finger; it'll hurt worse. Like if you're ever working on a car and like pull that wrench and hit your knuckles and and it freezing, it hurts like 100 times as bad.
Okay. I
want you to try it this weekend.
No.
it hurts horrible. I know my mom's on here saying wear gloves.
Joe says he's got that attachment. It's called a middle buster.
Yeah. So I got one of those. That's going to help us plant those potatoes.
Yeah.
So we'll do a good bit.
I'm excited about our
You
garden.
Want to do 3 rows of potatoes?
I don't know. We did 2 last year, and they did
or
really
the year
good.
before that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little year before.
I like those little round potatoes, those little small round red potatoes.
Yeah, so you just boil them, and then you just cook them, and I just put butter on them and salt and pepper, and they're really good. We like those. I think the whole family likes those. We do the little small red ones.
Yeah. And you got to find the right place to get potatoes around here.
Yeah, so they'll grow right.
Yeah, so you got to get it the right place. It's hopefully our co-op will have them.
Yeah, and I don't know what else we may have planted. I think that's the only other thing that I can think of that didn't really do well or whatever.
What, watermelons?
No, the sweet potatoes.
Yeah, the sweet potatoes didn't.
Yeah. Watermelons never do good.
We're going to have a watermelon this year.
Is it going to be just one?
It may be that I rig it and like stage it and go buy one and put it there.
And make me think that you grew one?
I need to grow the ones that they sell. That way you can't tell.
Joe says he buys his sweet potatoes from the southern states.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, we have... I'm trying to think. I don't remember where I got this. I think I know where I got them, but I'm not going to go back there this year. But,
yeah, the other... maybe we'll need to try our new place.
Surely the co-op's got it.
Yeah, up in the other town.
Yeah.
So, we'll go there and get our stuff this year. And then we bought our other seeds from there last year.
We've just got to make sure we're on top of it and getting them when it's time.
I know. So,
I think the problem was we went too late one time.
Well, we went the other day to try to see if they had anything, and they don't got anything yet.
No,
so
it's still
we were
early.
Getting excited about seeds and stuff, and
we got our order, the seeds that we ordered. We've got all them. As a matter of fact, next week I'm going to plant a batch of tomatoes inside, because puts us 6 weeks out from the last frost date.
Does it really?
So we'll probably wait till next. I'm not going to plant them all. I'm going to plant some of them next week.
What are we planting? The better boys or all of them? The Abes?
Probably the better boys, I guess.
Okay.
And a few of those. We'll do an assortment. I'm going to stage them out.
Yeah.
Because I think.
I think the tomatoes do better when you get those in the ground earlier and they produce, before the hot
But the
summer.
problem is if you put them in too early, it gets cold and they don't like that cold.
Okay. But I think they do better if they produce before maybe, hot summer, July and August.
Well, we also need to put some in the shade.
You think so?
Because we had them out in the big heat, which is fine when it's starting, but like at the end of the season, I think they need to
have some more shade.
Maybe put them next to some trees just so they don't get burnt up.
Yeah.
We may put them in different places.
I may have to go get me a marshmallow in a minute for this fire.
You love those marshmallows.
I do love my marshmallows. They're good. I don't have any hot dogs though, but I'm not hungry.
We don't need hot dogs.
No, we don't. But I do want a marshmallow.
I don't really like hot dogs as much.
Yeah. We don't eat hot dogs a lot. We...
Doesn't look like it, I know. But
yeah.
We don't.
We eat a lot of chicken. And we bought
some imported fish.
Yeah, we ate some imported
I don't
fish.
want that.
I won't get it from China. I mean,
can you get tilapia from here?
No,
Or is
but
tilapia a Chinese fish?
no, I don't think tilapia is a Chinese fish. It's a fresh fish.
Because I like it. I thought we was eating healthy, but then I thought, because she bakes it,
Yeah.
and it's good, but it's, I just don't trust it coming from there.
I don't either. And I guess we're okay. We're not dying or nothing. And that was, what, 2 or 3 nights ago that we had the fish. So I guess.
And what's sad is we got fish in this pond.
I know, but you have to go, like, catch them.
Well, we need to,
clean them. We need to do that and put them in the freezer is what we need to do. Now, we would, since they're so huge, the catfish are, we'd have to fillet them. But we could do that.
Excuse me.
The smoke
But
choking.
yeah, we need to.
I can't decide if I'm burning or not. My knees are burning.
Well, last time you complained the fire wasn't right.
Well, you complained too. It wasn't right. Okay, so tilapia is farm raised pretty much all over the world. It's native to Africa, is what Joe says.
Really? I do like tilapia.
I do too. I like the way it tastes. You know, one thing I've never, like a fish, I've never tried to like cook salmon. I guess I need to learn. Like
It's pronounced salmon. I'm sorry.
In the South?
I know somebody in the comments is going to say that, so I figured I'd say
well,
it.
I call it salmon because
salmon,
I'm from
salmon.
Mississippi, and that's what I call it.
The L is silent.
Well, that's what I call it. It's what I've always called it.
It's salmon.
It's salmon.
No, it's not salmon. It's salmon.
That's like, you
Do
know.
they still have salmon patties?
Yeah, they still have it. You know, that's like.
Now, if it's a patty, you call it salmon, because that's probably only in the South.
No, I don't think so. Surely not.
Surely nobody else has salmon patties.
Yeah, we used to eat salmon patties when I was young.
What is it? Grated up salmon?
It's salmon in a can, and you take it and kind of mix it up, kind of like you would, I don't know, a hush puppy or something. And you put all that stuff together and mix it up, and you fry it.
No.
Yeah. So I don't know because I hadn't had that since I was a little girl, I guess. I think I maybe tried to.
Mom says, look at the moon.
It is pretty.
And yeah, it is pretty. It's right above us. But
You know, oh, what I was going to say was, you know,
she doesn't know how to chat, so she puts it in the text.
yeah, your mom does.
Yeah.
What I was going to say was there's words that are pronounced different, that people pronounce different, like a tomato.
But
Tomato.
salmon is pronounced salmon.
Well,
without the L.
I don't know about that.
It
I
is.
think-
It is.
Okay.
Salmon. That's the proper way to pronounce it.
Like, caramel. Joe says caramel, yeah. Caramel.
Caramel.
Or
Caramel or caramel. Yeah, that's.
That's true. Or, you know, they say, what's the old saying? It was like a, I don't know, a song or something, or a poem. You'd say, I say tomato, you say tomato.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the other words
Right.
were.
I never hear tomato. Even
I don't
talking
either.
to people from different places of the
Yeah,
world, I hear
don't-
tomato.
I don't hear that either. I'm sure, though, like if you're from England, there's several words that we pronounce different.
The English in England is a little different. But
Yeah, it
around
is.
here, I think I hear tomato.
Yeah, I hear tomato around here too. So, the only people that say tomato is the UK people.
Okay. They wrote that song then.
They must have.
That probably goes all the way back to the Revolutionary War when they were still mad.
Yeah, probably so.
But yeah, they were trying to get in goods with us after that.
Well, then what is she saying? His mom is texting him on the phone.
I wish Mom would use this chat, but she said, "Are you trying strawberries?" Yeah, we're going to try strawberries.
She must
she's
be late
asking
to the-
that because she accidentally picked our other strawberries.
And we said that earlier.
But yeah, we're going to try. I'm going to try starting them from seeds. I've never done that. I've always got the plants, but I'm going to try the seeds. And I'm probably going to go ahead and do that.
What? Start the
Plant
seeds?
those.
The strawberry seeds?
I'm going to wait about 2 more weeks before I do those.
Well, those, you know, strawberries like the cooler weather too.
Yeah.
So,
But But I
Yeah.
think we got to get past the frost. I think
I
when we
know,
first.
but I'm excited. I'm ready to plant our stuff.
Yeah, I am too. I'm really looking forward to it because after a day like today, I need that therapy of being out in the garden.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just something about playing in the dirt. Ever since I was a little kid, I love playing in the dirt.
Now I don't play in the dirt as much. Like I don't do the garden as much as you do.
I've
But
noticed that.
when I was little, I
You
did.
pick in the garden though. You
I do pick. I do pick in the garden, but like, as far as digging so much in the dirt like you do, I don't do as much. I'm more the chicken person. But anyway, when I was little, I did play in the garden, and I would make mud pies and get all muddy and stuff, and make little frog houses. Did you ever make frog houses? Do you know what those are?
I know what those are. Yeah.
So you make a little thing, and there actually would be frogs in there when I was little. Like you would make this little hut thing with the mud and put your hand in there and make a little thing, and then when you went like the next morning or the next day, there would be a frog in there. I remember as a kid finding the frogs in the little homemade frog holes. I can't wait for our grandchild to.
And
do
what's
that.
weird? I hate to even say this on here, but like back then, I would pick up those frogs and stuff, but now I will not touch them. But yeah, I do remember that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the garden, and I don't want to ever go unless we have some kind of major reason why. Like we went a year without the garden. I don't think we should ever do that.
No, we're not doing that again.
Our food supply got low, and that's why we're eating the Chinese fish. But we've got to get the fish out of the bag. That's really sad.
Now, we did buy some good hamburger meat the other day.
We did buy the regular, like not the Chinese stuff from Walmart. We bought some from a local place.
Yeah, like some good
and you can
hamburger
tell
meat.
the difference.
You can. When you eat that, it's like a big difference from what you buy at Walmart than what you get from the local places.
Yeah, it is. And it's just got to be healthier.
Yeah, it does.
Because you think about it's here, locally, and the others spend several months coming over on a ship.
Probably so. And somebody told me that they process the cows. They send them to China for like processing, and then China sends them back over or something.
Can I say my opinion on that?
That's just crazy to me.
Can I say my thought on that?
Yeah, you can say your thought on that.
I'm not going to get political. This is both sides. My theory on that is the people in Congress making the laws to allow you to do that on the shipping companies, to send the cow over there and to send it back.
Yeah.
And there are some big people in Congress that own shipping companies or own stock in it.
Yeah.
There is no reason why it should be, because you had slaughterhouses all over the place.
I know.
And now it's like,
you send them overseas to
they
slaughter
make it so overpriced that you have to send them over there. Surely, I mean, that's ridiculous. Surely they don't do that. But
it is. I agree.
It's crazy that they allow that. Yeah. That's why it's best, I think, to just buy a cow locally. Not raise, if you don't want to raise it, do like we were talking, just buy it, that whoever's taking it to the slaughterhouse and get it ready, and you go pick the meat up.
Yeah.
That's what I, sorry to get political, but it's just, I really think that's what they're doing, because it allows them to make billions of dollars.
I know.
But, and instead of caring about your health, but that's why. That's the whole homesteading thing, is to take control of the food supply.
That's right.
And
you're talking about, I'm changing the subject, but about salmon patties.
Patties.
Did your mama used to make salmon patties when you were little?
My mom didn't make anything but hamburger helper. And if she's watching here, she knows what I'm talking about, but me and my sister will not touch hamburger helper these days. And that's what she cooked. I don't remember a salmon patty. That was more of a grandmother meal.
Oh, did your granny make that?
No, she never stooped that low. She always, it was real food out there, but that was like one of my grandmothers did.
Really?
Yeah,
Which
I think my grandmother Vic, but
Oh, Mama Vic.
I think she did that kind of stuff. She was.
Well, I remember having them as a child. We would eat salmon patties.
I don't think my mother ever. I don't think she ever cooked one.
She made just hamburger helper.
Hamburger helper every night. Not every night, but that was the most popular meal in our family.
know,
and I just could not stand hamburger helper.
The
But
only thing-
back then it was like eat it or not. It wasn't like your daughter where you don't like that, I'll cook something else.
Well,
But it was like if you didn't eat it, you starved
now
for
our
a while.
kids are good about their vegetables, though. They do eat their vegetables. They're not, like fast food junkies.
But now they all love the vegetables out of the garden, right?
Yeah, they do.
Does Kelly?
They do.
Kelly likes to garden
Yeah,
vegetables,
she
doesn't
likes the peas, and she'll actually she likes shelling the peas, and the corn. Like she likes
Yeah.
the corn and the
Loves
peas,
the
especially, and
tomatoes,
loves
too.
the tomatoes, especially the little ones.
Because
the
they
bitty
will
ones
not even eat a tomato from
from the store.
From the store.
Oh, we'll talk about this Sunday on our stream Sunday, but that tomato that you bought, I don't know how many weeks ago. I've had it sitting
At least a month ago.
I had it sitting on the counter. It's still like ripe, like it
Trying to
hadn't
think.
went bad.
I
or
think
nothing.
I did
I
it a
think
month
it was
ago.
a month ago.
And
It's
it doesn't. It has not turned at all.
Yeah, it's just sitting there. Like I was just gonna see how long.
And like
it takes
Joe
it.
said before, they pick them way before they're ripe.
Yeah,
you know?
spray them with something. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're made to. I don't. You kind of wonder how long they've been out there.
Right.
And if you go there and the fruit, if it does look like it's old, it's really old.
That's right. That's right.
So we're going to see how long it takes to.
Yeah, to like disintegrate and like rot or something.
Yeah.
So it has been sitting for a month. Now, if you grow a tomato on the farm that's been sitting for a month, it'll be
Mushy and stuff,
Mushy
won't
and
it?
stuff, yeah. Unless you maybe keep it in the refrigerator, but like I don't like my tomatoes in the refrigerator. Like they taste better to me at room temperature. So I always eat my tomatoes at room temperature.
So do you like the tomatoes or tomato sandwich or what?
Yes, tomato sandwiches, just mayonnaise and tomato. And like sometimes I like a BLT, with the
A lot of
tomato
people-
and the lettuce and
A lot of people
bacon.
just don't believe. I just don't understand. I just don't can't eat tomatoes.
I know, and I'm sorry.
I might try again, but I just don't.
Yeah, but like,
I don't know
yeah,
what's wrong
I
with
love
me.
tomato sandwiches. Like you just put the tomato and the mayonnaise on the bread and eat it. And what's really good in the summertime is ham and tomato sandwiches.
Yeah.
That's good to me.
But so where does the ham come from? I've been looking at everything where it comes from.
I don't know. I hadn't looked at the ham. I'll need to look at it. and see.
Yeah.
It's just sandwich ham.
Well, I know, but
But
it's
I need
probably
to.
from.
I don't know where it's from. I need to see.
Did you ever have that ham? I remember my mom. I kind of hope she ain't listening right now, but she's.
Was it canned ham?
No, I could not stand this ham. It's the ham and cheese. It had these little holes in it that had cheese in it.
I didn't.
And
My
I
mom.
would push the cheese out. But hey, do you know what I'm talking
I know
about?
exactly
It was like
what you're talking about.
ham and cheese. Like why can't we just have is cheese that expensive? Why couldn't we have another slice of cheese over it? But no, we have to have the ham and cheese in one slice. It's the ham with the little little
cheese
holes in
dots.
it and cheese like on it. And did you ever have those?
No, my mama did not buy that. I had regular ham sandwiches when I was little.
You did? See,
Yes.
I didn't have, mine was ham and, I don't know if she's trying to be fancy or what, but I did not like those.
Well, I'm sorry.
I got a cheap lunch when
But
I was at school.
Now, when and I was
in
little,
a brown bag too.
we were kind of poor, so
Did you
know-
have a lunch box?
I did have a lunchbox.
I don't know if I had a lunch. I'm sure I had a lunch box at some point
I think
with the thermos.
once in a while I would eat in the cafeteria at school, and we were kind of poor, so I think we got like the reduced lunch or whatever when I was real little.
Y'all weren't poor.
Yes, we were. And but I do remember some things that we ate, like bologna. People don't eat bologna a whole lot anymore, but
Can you still buy bologna?
yeah, you can still buy bologna. Like, we would have fried bologna sandwiches. So that's, we'd eat that
Where,
sometimes.
in school?
No, at home. Like, instead of buying ham, because ham was more expensive than bologna, we would just have bologna sandwiches. And we would fry them, like fry the bologna, and then you make a sandwich out of it. And then another thing that's was probably not very healthy as all was potted meat. Like, we get
Spam?
It wasn't spam. It was potted meat. There's a difference. There's a difference between spam and potted meat.
Do you remember my grandmother, Vic? I know y'all don't know her, but she knows what I'm talking about. She gave these they gave these hams away Christmas, or Thanksgiving, I don't remember what. But it had the little key on the side that you twist, those canned hams.
Oh, yeah.
You remember those?
Yes, I remember that. That's like a can,
They don't still do that, do they?
I don't know. I had never seen that.
They had the canned
hams. Now they just have the top.
And what was that? Just a crushed up, like, hamburger meat type ham in there?
It wasn't hamburger meat. It was
Well, no, it was like ham. Was it ham?
I guess it was kind of like spam.
Like whatever bad parts of the ham they didn't use?
I guess. I don't know.
But yeah, it was canned ham. And you had that little, you remember the little thing you go around?
Joe said he bought his land when he was 40 and moved up here and started growing his own food and buying from local farmers for the most part.
And we got to get more in line with that, too.
He said all of his health issues went away, no heart issues and no high blood pressure, no cholesterol issues.
Yeah, and that's where that was our original goal. And one thing that hurt was getting, without the garden, but we got to do the meat thing. We can't,
I know, we do. We can't keep eating fish from China.
Yeah.
And we need to just make it a point. And, I know we've said before, but we both have full-time jobs, so sometimes it's just hard to do stuff, with having full-time jobs. Now, he's going to cut back maybe midsummer. Mm-hmm. And maybe we'll have more time to do some of those things, like the meat birds or harvesting the fish out of the pond that should have been harvested a long time ago. We actually need to probably, harvest what's in there and restock it. Yeah. I did notice, though, that those catfish are reproducing. There was some smaller ones in there this year when I was feeding them. So that's one good thing.
But a lot of it's, if we stay so busy, it's hard to,
it is hard
we've got to get back on track to what our goal for in the first place to move out here. Mom said she did cook salmon patties.
Okay. So Joe
I guess that's all we grew up with, that and Hamburger Helper.
Joe said, want fish, go fishing. Just joking a little bit, but it's a good option, and who doesn't like to cast a line?
And look, our fish here, we've got them trained that we throw the catfish feed in. You could just about grab them.
You can,
and you can just put a hook right there and just pull it out. Mm-hmm. It's that easy.
Of course, we don't feed them during the winter time when it's this cold. On the days that it's kind of warmer, like in the fall time, we were still feeding them. But right now, when it's as cold as it is, we don't feed them in the winter time.
Yeah.
I think they kind of I don't know if they hibernate, but they don't need as much to eat in the...
They're not moving as much, so they don't burn as many calories. So
so they don't need as much to eat.
They don't need, they don't, I tried feeding them in the winter one time and they just don't eat. So, when I was little, I did like fishing. The pond was here then, and I liked to go fishing in the pond and just have a day to go fishing. And when our grandchild gets here, that we have a catfish and drag it in.
Yeah, we better get those out.
tie him or her to the bank or something.
Yeah, to the tree or something.
No, that'd be cool to catch one that big.
Now my other grandmother, she used to come fishing up here, and she would have a fishing rod on every bank of the fishing.
Is that the one that used to cuss at the fish?
Yeah, she would cuss at the fish. She would. A fish would get on the line, and she would, go to one, and there'd be a fish on the other line, and she would be running back and forth. She was kind of funny. Anyway, but yeah, it's nothing like fishing, and Kelly likes fishing.
Yeah.
Our daughter likes fishing. Now Kyle will fish, our son, but he don't like it as much, I think, as Kelly does. Yeah, Kelly really does like to fish.
We really haven't fished in here since we moved up here much.
We really
We got one time we've cooked fish. And
yeah.
but we really haven't done a lot of fishing up here.
No, we hadn't. We need to.
But sometimes it's good to just sit there, relax, and
cast a line and fish.
Yeah. We just stay so busy, but we got to get control of the meat source here.
Yeah,
I
we
think
do.
the vegetables aren't going to be a problem, but the meat, I don't want to get meat from
China.
From China.
I'm sorry.
Which we're getting it from here.
Your mom.
Mom said tomatoes not in fridge. What's she mean by that?
Because I said I don't like the tomatoes in the fridge.
I am. Anybody's else? Mother don't know how to put it in the chat here.
What is she saying?
I'm not sure what that last. Okay, but
Joe says he goes fishing quite a lot with his kids and grandkids, and they love it.
I think with our grandchild, we'll go fishing a lot more.
I think, like children in general, you just do things more.
Well, you know, we got a boat. It's not a real expensive boat, but my daughter, we went fishing there. She loved it.
Yeah, she did. We used to go to the reservoir here, and she really did love it.
Now, we went catfish fishing.
Yeah.
We like to do that.
With a jug,
jug fishing,
yeah. That's fun. Yeah.
And then, she, I don't know if I should tell this story, but.
Well, it ain't that many people in there. It'll be okay.
Well, as long as one of them's not law enforcement. But, no, I don't think it was illegal, but I got one of those deer blocks or something and went the day before or went a while before and dropped it in the area where I was going to be.
Like one of those deer blocks?
Yeah, but it had corn and all kinds of stuff in it. And we dropped it there. And,
it was night or close to night.
And then we came back and fished in that area and caught some. But it was something about when we had it in there, we pulled up to the bank. No, we threw it out, but there was remnants of it in the boat.
In the boat?
But we pulled up to the boat ramp, and there was the game warden right there. My daughter thought, "Oh no, we're fixing to get arrested."
They were covering up their evidence and pushing all the stuff off the boat. And
it may not even be illegal, but I don't know if I should be confessing here on.
Yeah.
But anyway,
so our daughter thought they were going to get arrested.
But he inspected the boat and it passed. Which I was told later, I don't think it's illegal.
Oh, is it not illegal?
I don't think so.
Well, you made our daughter think it was illegal, and therefore she thought you were going to get arrested and y'all were going to go to jail. But that was funny.
Yeah, and then one day we got
in a thunderstorm
there and had to pull off what at one time was a park that was nice
and fixed up.
And I thought, oh Lord, we're fixing to run across some alligators and all that stuff. And it was, you thinking, okay, is it better to get caught in the storm
or get ate by alligator?
Or get ate by an alligator?
And there are alligators in that reservoir.
You didn't believe me when I told you there was.
Well, I believe you now.
But yeah, there are. The lake up here does have some alligators in it. It didn't used to, but it does. It does now. It's got a lot of them. But yeah, it is fun to fish in there. We haven't really been fishing in a long time there.
Yeah. I think, that's one thing I wish that we could get more of or more used to, more back to doing those things that we used to do.
The simpler things. Yeah. It's like we never have any time to do anything anymore.
Right, we don't.
We're just always working on something.
Yeah, like, our jobs mainly is what takes up so much time,
Yeah.
And, in the wintertime, it's hard to do stuff because it doesn't stay light as long either, But I guess you don't have to do as much in the winter. And
really, if you have it down pat, maybe the winter gives you a little break.
Yeah.
But, springtime's coming and we're going to have to get busy on that. And we got to get the food under control and, but I think before you know it, we'll be out in the garden.
Joe says that's not illegal. And that would be my story and I would stick to it.
But She thought we were fixing to get arrested.
Yeah.
And she...
I wasn't with them that day. They told me about it.
And it worked.
Did it work? I can't remember.
It worked.
And y'all...
There was tons of catfish around there.
Well, speaking of, like I said, when you have younger children, it seems like you make the time to go do those kind of things, like fishing or
and when they're
like
grown and they don't want to see you any, it's you don't really.
It's kind of depressing,
That's all right. I don't think so.
I do.
I mean, you get more depressed of the empty nest syndrome than I do.
Well,
I'm not that depressed about it.
Well, I am, and
because we're not really. Like I told my mom, it's not really the empty nest. They're still on the branch.
they're
they
still
need to
here
find
on the
another
property.
tree.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say?
Joe said that I'm right. We make time for the youngins.
Yeah.
And I feel like when our grandchild gets here, and I can't wait. That time's going to go so
But it makes
slow.
you, and you that have grandchildren, it makes you have a different look out on life.
Yeah, perspective.
Because when your children are young, usually you're young and working hard to make money.
Yeah.
And then when you get older, you're really not
working
as hard and can cut back a little bit so you can
make
see the
time
value
for
of
the
spending.
grandkids. Yeah.
But so hopefully, and I'm trying to tell my child to not do what I did and work all the time.
Right.
And
make time for the child.
Because when you look back, it really doesn't matter that you couldn't work you can do without.
You can do without or something to be able to spend more time, which we did a lot, but you did work a lot.
I traveled a lot.
You traveled a lot, and there were times that you spent with them, but sometimes you just didn't have time because you were working. But like those things of going fishing with Kelly when she was younger, you can't get that back. And if you have kids, I hope, and grandkids, I hope you can spend time with them.
Because when they get older, they don't want to be with you.
No, they don't.
I mean,
they pretty much don't.
Like I was wanting to go with my daughter this weekend, and she didn't want to go with me. Did she? You were there.
Yeah, it's okay.
Out to eat.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of on her date, but
she didn't want you to go.
No, she didn't. But I think when you do get grandkids, by the time you get the grandkids, you realize how important time is, because you realize you don't have as much time left.
Joe says that once his kids left, he didn't have much until the grandkids came along, and now he's doing more than I did when the kids were little.
Yeah.
And I feel like we will, when this grandchild gets here, we'll be doing more stuff with them.
I just hope they value time. Or I'm talking about our children for the grandchildren. I hope they value time better than we did.
Yeah, to spend more time. And I feel like our son will, because he appreciates the land and stuff. I think a lot more than we did when we were young.
When we were young, we were focusing on trying to make more money and all that stuff. And I think the older you get, you realize that really just doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, if you look back, you set the kids out of the equation, when do you think we were the most happiest?
Probably when we were the poorest.
Right, when we were broke.
Yeah,
and we didn't have anything. And, it was just such a simple life.
Yeah, it was. It was. And, even before we had kids, I think we had a really simple life when we lived, on part of the land. And my grandparents were here, and my grandparents would tell us stories or do stuff with us, helped him, learn how to do a garden and stuff. And, that was something that you can't get back. But if you have kids, it's just better to spend time and not work all the time, even if you have to do without things, I think. Joe said that spring and fall, every Saturday, he drives 2 hours to watch his grandson play soccer, even though he doesn't care for soccer.
Right, but they value that time that you being there means so much to them.
Yeah, and even I feel like even if they don't know it, like we talk about now, like I talk about the things that I did when I was little, you know, those thoughts and the things that your parents do with you when you're little, that's going to stay with you later on in life. You know, you may not care about it when you get to be an older teenager or even a young adult, but like I'm going back and I think about the things like my grandparents.
Because you remember when you were dating me, your grandmother got on your nerves. Do you remember that?
Yes, yes.
And don't you feel awful about
yes,
that?
Yes, I do.
I
I
mean,
do feel
really.
awful about that.
I
yeah.
mean, but you think about like it, you know, we want to give them those memories, you know, if we're fortunate enough to live that long.
Right.
To, you know, you know, hey, I used to hang out with my grandparents and I did this.
Right,
and, you know,
right.
He was the coolest grandpa ever.
Well, even when we were dating, now I was young when we dated. We met when I was 15 and he was 18. But the things that
17.
You were 17. You had almost turned 18, but you were 17. The things that you remember even from that time, like when your grandmother taught me how to cook, like your granny, like she would show me things or, you know, tell me how to cook. And I remember one thing specifically, she taught me how to cook in a pressure cooker, and she taught me how to cook a chicken in a pressure cooker. You know, those are things that you can't get back.
Well,
you know?
and now that we're back into the homesteading stuff and the cooking and the canning, maybe you can teach, you know, our grandchildren that.
Yeah, I would be. That'd be wonderful for me to be able to do that.
And to teach them how to be, you know, work in the garden and stuff like that. And I think that would be.
Yeah.
You know, and then another thing is them grow up on garden food.
Right, and be healthy and you know, and enjoy the vegetables and stuff more. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really looking forward to that. That's, you know, at one time I was hoping they would wait. I mean, years ago I thought I'm too young to be a grandfather.
Yeah.
And then now I've kind of hit that point, you know, like, you know, they better go ahead because I don't know how many years I got left
to enjoy
you know?
the grandchild.
And
so Joe says the grandson spends the summer with him every summer, and also his grandson got his first deer this year on his land.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And you know, speaking of spending me and my mom talked about this, I think today. My best memories of the summer was going to my grandmother's house.
You're right.
She lived out in the country, and I loved it out there.
Yeah. And I did too. Like, those are my best memories. You know, my grandparents took care of us when in the summertime, we were out of school, when you were out for 3 months and not 1.5, just saying. You know, you had a real summer back then, but they would take care of us, and it was, you know, I learned about some of the garden from my grandfather.
Well, I learned about some too.
Yeah, and, you know, digging the frog holes in the garden, you know, to catch the frogs, and my grandpa did teach me that, and, you know, eating the fresh tomatoes out of the garden and just spending time with them. And my grandpa would play softball with me and my sister, and, you know, picking the apples, and even in the fall time, you know, picking the apples from the trees, and, you know, having the fresh apples and stuff, and the home cooked food, you know, that they prepared and cooked from the garden. That was just
and another
awesome.
Thing, you know, my grandfather, I'd watch him do the garden, and it was just, I mean, he had a beautiful garden. But I remember in the winter, one of the coolest things he would do is he had these part of the tree trunks about that big around, and he would make birdhouse. I don't know how he hollowed them out, but he would, and he
hollow out like a tree stump.
And thing? he would make a little birdhouse. He would hollow them out and make it, and I thought those were the neatest things. I mean, I know you can buy them on online and stuff, but he would actually make. That was kind of his winter. He'd do that during the winter.
Joe says he's 53 and has 8 grandkids ranging from 3 years old to 15. Never too young to be a grandparent.
That's right. I learned that now, you know, which I don't have any control over, but I know. But I agree. I'm 55, And you know, but because the older I got, I thought, you know, because I've had little health questions, and I thought, you know, we need to get going on because I don't know, you know, you
Yeah.
never know what's going to happen.
You know, we only have 2 kids, and you know, my son is the oldest, and he'll be 30 this year, and you know, they've been married. Him and my daughter-in-law have been married for 6 years, 6,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, they just kind of waited to, you know, have kids, and then they started trying and couldn't, and so they finally were blessed, and they're going to have one now. And my daughter is 7 years younger than my son, so you know, she's just out of college and starting on her career and stuff, and she's not interested in having kids
Now I
right
don't
now.
know. You tell me if I'm overstepping, but she doesn't want to have kids. Should I
No.
not say that?
Yeah, it's okay to say that.
But
Some people don't.
But we may not have grandkids from her.
We may not. And we may only get one, but that's okay. It's
Yeah.
still, I'll still be happy
Whatever
with
God
whatever.
gives us,
That's
you know.
right. Whatever God chooses to bless us with, then we'll be happy. You know.
But do you think she'll change her mind?
No, not right now. She'll probably
Well, I
have
mean,
to be
ever.
almost 40 before she ever
Well,
changes them.
she's kind of old there, but
Yeah, but just saying. I really,
think she will.
well, we'll see. We'll see.
She said, well, I better not give personal business online,
Yeah.
but she'll kill me.
Yeah, she might. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm just happy that we're having one now, and I'm excited about
Yeah.
that. Now, I was young when I had my son. I was like 23 and
Yeah.
almost 30 before I had Kelly. So you know, they are spread out 7 years. So you know, but I am excited. I'm excited about the grandchild. Can't wait.
I mean, we've been blessed. We
We
have.
are blessed. We are blessed. We have, you know, our kids are healthy. You know, never.
They
really,
somewhat behave.
Yeah, they
you know,
somewhat behave. They, you know,
They could be better.
they could be better, but they are.
They could
are
be
a
worse
blessing.
too.
Yeah, they could be worse. They could be way worse. You know, you hear horror stories about kids that, you know, don't talk to their parents or just go off somewhere when they grow up and never hardly speak to their parents again. And you know, we're blessed to have that with our kids, and so blessed to have the land, and you know, that we can grow a garden and stuff on and pass that on to the grandkid. And you know, it's great. And you know, we are blessed.
Yeah. Now, if we could just get that complete empty nest.
We're never going to have a complete empty nest.
Why?
Oh. So he said that I started my self-sufficient journey for me with his grandkids and children. It has transformed into being for my kids and grandkids.
Absolutely. And that,
Yeah.
you know, that has made me think about a lot with that, you know, because one thing, before we moved up here, I was extremely career focused, and so, I don't know, something happened after we moved up here. I'm not gonna say I didn't care, because I try to do the best I can, but I don't want it to be my life anymore. I want this to be my life.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
you know, and then family to be that. You know, I wish, you know, if, you know, you can't go back, but now that's the change I'm trying to make, is to be more
Yeah.
family oriented, and, you know.
Well, I think, you know, one thing that helped me be more here at home is because I work from home, and, you know, COVID came along and it changed everything. And there's a lot of people that went to homesteading or working from home and stuff. And, you know, I feel like, you know, at least I'm here, and I know I work, but I have more time to be here and to do things, you know, like the garden and the chickens and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think, if COVID hadn't have come along and I hadn't started working from home and stuff, I don't think I'd have 30 chickens. I think I would just still have
But
the
don't
6
you think
chickens.
moving out here gave you a different look out on life?
Yeah, it did. You know, like we've said before, we were spending money on a house that was just brick and mortar and, working all the time to pay for it. And, it's not.
Just to say, hey, look at that house.
Yeah, hey, look at this house, you know. And I think a lot of people need to have a more mentality of that, just wanting to live simpler and not, working for bricks and mortar and things. I think families need to get back to, like we've said before, eating at the supper table and stuff.
Yeah, and that's something, down. I mean, a mistake we've done was we should have had more meals at the supper table, and people don't do that anymore.
No, they don't.
Even when they go out to eat, they're
on their phones.
But,
yep.
Hopefully we can be more focused on that and at least, get our kids and our grandkids to be more focused on family because, when it just makes you think a lot more about it.
It does. But I guess our fire's dying down, and I'm going to get me a marshmallow before we put it out. But I guess, we'll sign off, but we'll probably be live Saturday morning. We may not be live for long because it's going to be 15 degrees.
We'll just bundle up.
You think so? Mm-hmm. But we'll be in the chicken pen. I'll probably be fixing their water and their food and stuff.
We're dedicated. We're going to be out there.
Yeah.
If the camera will run.
The camera may not run as cold as it is.
I think it will.
It may run for a little while.
Right now we're just on a phone, so.
Yeah.
We'll be out. We're going to try our best to be out in it, and then when does the weather hit your sister?
I think she said Sunday.
Sunday?
Or Saturday or Sunday one. I actually have her weather forecast. Let's see. On here. Oh, no. I'm wrong. Friday and Saturday. Saturday's 85% for her.
Wow.
Yeah. And looks like it's going to be 7 degrees Saturday night for her. And 6 degrees Sunday. That is cold.
Look, I know we're fixing to sign off. That reminds me.
Oh, look. And again, on Wednesday and Thursday, she may get some more snow.
My grandmother used to cook peanut brittle in the wintertime.
Yes.
And I remember when it was cold outside, she would set that peanut brittle outside to let it cool off and cure. I know I'm not staying right straight on the subject, but when you said that, I remembered when she used to set that outside in the wintertime. So those are memories that you have from your grandparents.
Right. So
the best memories I have of my childhood are from I had a great childhood, don't get me wrong, but my grandparents were I just loved
my grandparents too, my mother died when I was young, and so I depended a lot on my grandparents. They halfway kind of raised me and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of
and
memories.
My grandmother lasted until how many years ago? 5 years?
Yeah.
No, more than
it was
6 or
COVID.
7 years ago.
Yeah, during COVID.
But she, we got to have her for a long time.
We did, and she was, a grandmother to me too. We have been married for 30-something.
And we found out she was a grandmother to a few people in the apartment building. She was the one that people went to.
Yeah, She was an awesome grandmother.
If she was here, she would have a YouTube channel.
She would. She would have a YouTube channel.
She would have a YouTube channel.
She was the best grandmother. I remember when we first met, and I said, what do I call you? And she said, you just call me Granny. And, and I called her Granny, and she was my granny,
So we got to be, we're in that slot now.
Yes, we are in that slot. We're going to be grandparents. And, that's awesome. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Because I want to be the grandmother that Granny was, or that my grandparents were, my grandmother was. So
it is a responsibility.
It is a responsibility. You want to be the same as, if you had good grandparents, you want to be like them, and I hope I can. Mm-hmm. That's big shoes to feel in
Yes, it
my
is.
eyes for that. But
Anyway, thanks for joining us. We're going to wrap it up. The fire's kind of going down. It's getting a little cool out here, but
Yeah.
thank you for joining us, and hope to see you Saturday morning. And by the way, Joe and everybody else, thanks for chatting with us.
Yep.
Hope y'all have a great evening and stay safe.